So this lesson is covering A Design for Life by Manic Street Preachers. I think this is a really underrated chord progression and it has some pretty interesting chords in it, especially for the rock and Britpop genre. What we're going to do is we're going to place our first finger on the 3rd fret of the A, 3rd finger on the 5th fret of the D, and then our little finger on the 5th fret of the G. And then with our right hand we're going to be picking the A, the D, the G, the B. So the B should be open, and then we're just going to come back up on our chords. So we're going to go G and then D. So all together. Really pretty chord. This is the C major 7. So we're going to be playing this 4 times. On the very last time we don't play the G string when we come back up. We're going to be hitting the A string. So the last time is going to sound like this. Okay, whereas the others we would go B, G, D and then start it again. So that part also plays in the verse when the vocals come in. So we're essentially just repeating that part exactly the same. When we're playing our first C major 7 chord, it's really important that we get on the tips of our fingers. That allows us to play that open B. If your fingers are too flat, you're going to get a muted string. Like that. So we just need to make sure we're arched up. And that means we can hit our B string. Then it's going to move to our 2nd chord. This is a D minor 13. So what we do is we move our 3rd finger up a string, 1st finger down, and then that provides our shape from our very first chord. So this is the C major 7, finger down, finger up, and then that is our D minor 13. Again, we've still got that open B, and our picking pattern is exactly the same. On the very last time, we're going to pick the open low E. Okay, so we're not going to pick that D again. This time we're picking the open low E. So let's put our 2 chord shapes together at a really slow tempo. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Then it's going to go up to a G7 chord. So for this we're going to be placing our 1st finger on the 3rd fret low E, 3rd finger on the 5th fret A. Our 2nd finger is going to be on the 4th fret of our G string. And we're going to be borrowing with our 1st finger. So we're going to be picking the E, A, D, G, and then be coming back up. So D, A, and E. Okay, so it'll sound like this. So that repeats 4 times. On the other chords that we've done, on that 4th time we've skipped strings or it's changed a little bit. For this chord it just stays exactly the same, okay? So we're going to be picking down on the E, the A, the D and the G, and then coming back up on the D and the A. Now let's add the other 2 chords into it. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the reason why on the 4th time round on these chords it is changing is just to give you a little bit more time to change chords, because the first 2 chords fairly straightforward to move to, but going from here into your G7 maybe a little bit tricky, because remember we're essentially picking continuously. So that's why you've got those little notes at the end, just to give you a little bit more time to go into your other shape. So now let's move on to our 4th and our 5th shapes. So our 4th shape is this. We're going to place our 2nd finger on the 6th fret of our A, 1st finger on the 5th fret of the D, 3rd finger on the 7th fret of the G, and little finger on the 8th fret of the B. Okay, this is an E flat major 7. We're going to be picking through our strings again, so it's A, D, G, B, G, D. Okay. Then we start to do it again. Stop on our G, and then we've got an open A. So all together. Then it's going to go into a D7 flat 5 chord. For this, we're going to place our first finger on the 5th fret of the A string. We're going to need to bar that first finger. Then we're going to use our 2nd and our 3rd finger on the 6th fret of the D and 6th fret on the B. That's a really cool sounding chord. And we're going to pick the A, the D, the G, the B, the G, the D and the A. Okay, so we're going down and coming back up. Really important we get that 1st fret bar in, so we get the 5th fret G. So on this D7 flat 5 chord, we're going to be playing it twice again. Now let's put together our last 2 chords, so the E flat major 7 and the D7 flat 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. So with our right hand, on pretty much all the shapes, what we're doing is going down, 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 up, up, up. Okay, so down on the way down and up on the way up, obviously. Okay, and that's the same for each shape. For the second shape, 3rd shape, and the last 2. So that is all of our chords in this first progression. We're going to go from start of the verse when the lyrics and the vocals start, and we're going to start off slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that has been the intro to A Design for Life by the Manic Street Preachers. Really underrated chord progression, and I hope you enjoy learning this.